think telecommunications is increasingly the engine of growth in our economies. And therefore, I'm all for a conference such as this one. It keeps us up to speed on the latest information. It helps us network and make contacts. It's also got a feel-good factor. This is a nice environment.
OEMs are here, MNOs are here, entrepreneurs are here, investors are here. Then you also have system integrators and people who are really coming up with that application layer in as far as the industry, or what I call the digital layer. I mean, I see there are probably more than 500 people here, and I think in no time there's going to be more than 1,000 people here.
We have been attending the last, I think, 7 years. It shows to be the place for OFS in East Africa. The session this morning regarding the rollout here in Kenya and the investment going into Kenya is very interesting to us. I mean, 500 million Kenyan shilling, it's not peanuts. It increases our intentions to be here, knowing that there's actually funding and investment going in. That's very important to us.
This is our first experience on a vertical event. And from that, it was good because we covered all the networks that we wanted to cover. Even though they were not in our pre-list, they ended up coming to us saying, this is interesting, how does this work, how much it costs, and how can I put it in my company? So I think it will have a follow-up from those early conversations.
It has really been very educative. There has been a very good representation from both government and the private sector. Particularly, I enjoyed the discussion around LTE, very enlightening. I enjoyed the session that we had this morning on ICT 4D, very interactive. Sometimes you think that you know until you are exposed to some of these meetings and they say, oh, there's actually a better way of doing something else. Right.
Today I was part of a panel where we discussed the regional framework, the one area network for East Africa. Very good representation from the industry, of being vendors, private sector operators, and I was able to have discussion with several people and exchange contacts. I think this is a great platform.
Coming to the event is an ideal way to meet a lot of people, hear a lot of stories and do a great amount of networking. There's a lot of opportunities here to link up with customers, link up with new opportunities. It's a very relevant geographical coming together of key stakeholders.
Just to come and look at the different models that we have, the different telcos and the people that I interacted with, it was very interesting. I'm so happy about this conference. Actually, I'm sad it's only annual. It's supposed to be like twice a year.
It has been very interactive. As you can see, the room was full of industry experts, and they all have something to say about what needs to be done because they see what is coming and they have been in there for the last so many years. So it has been a great time.
The people are great, the exhibition is great, and generally, conversation with a lot of people. This is a great place to do business.